Hello everyone, welcome to Brain Blitz Audios. Today we are starting an exciting new segment which is very important in our day-to-day lives. This segment will help you in communication in the English language, and we call it English Lessons. So over here we'll be discussing all aspects of English, whether it be writing, reading, speaking, etc. And we'll be helping you out in various ways which are very important. So today we'll kick off this segment with our very first webisode. Now this webisode is titled the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. Now many of you will be thinking, wait, doesn't English have a standard alphabet of 26 letters? Well, yes, but it also has another alphabet. Let's learn all about it as we move on in this webisode. So first things first, let's look at the English language in general. English is a West Germanic language, and it was first spoken in early medieval England, and now it's considered a global lingua franca, language that is spoken among all cultures. Now, English is named after the Angles. The Angles are one of the ancient Germanic people, and they migrated to the area of Great Britain, which later took their name, England. English has developed over the course of more than 1,400 years. Modern English has been spreading around the world since the 17th century by the worldwide influence of the British Empire and the United States. In terms of number of speakers, English is the largest language in the world. And in terms of native spoken languages, English is the third largest after Standard Chinese and Spanish. Now, English has two aspects, the written aspect and the spoken aspect. Written English uses a famous Latin alphabet of 26 letters. The alphabet is the set of symbols known as letters that are used to form words when written. So the most basic aspect of the English alphabet is 5 vowels, 21 consonants, and together we know the 26 alphabets. Now English doesn't have its own alphabet. The alphabet is Latin. So this is the Latin alphabet. It was developed by the Romans. It's also called as the Roman alphabet. And this writing system is the most widely used alphabetic system in the world. Now, the Latin alphabet is used as the standard script of the English language, and it's also used by a couple of other languages across Europe. So languages of most of Europe use the Latin alphabet, such as Spanish, French, German, etc. And areas settled by Europeans also use the Latin alphabet to speak the language. When it comes to speaking, spoken English uses 45 sounds, and the sounds of spoken language are referred to as phonemes. In English, when we write something that we speak, the written equivalent of the sound that we produce is known as a grapheme, and the orthographic alphabet is the alphabet made of the 26 letters in English. In English, however, there's a problem. Not all words have a phoneme grapheme match. That means some words which have the correct grapheme may not correspond to their respective phoneme. So graphemes sometimes correspond to phonemes and sometimes they do not. That's why English is classified as a semi-phonetic language. So this became a problem among non-native speakers, and therefore in order to study the sounds of English, linguists devise an alphabet which contains symbols to capture all possible sounds in English. Now this alphabet is known as the International Phonetic Alphabet, which we'll be diving into in detail. So to cut the long story short, English has two types of alphabets. The standard alphabet, which is used in written English, it has 26 letters, and the spoken alphabet called the International Phonetic Alphabet, which has 45 sounds, which is represented as letters. Now, before we move further, it's important to know what is the difference between a vowel and a consonant. Now, vowels are letters which represent a sound made with one's airway. So when you do not block the mouth with, say, the tongue or the teeth or the lips, and you make a sound using your vocal cords, then that sound represents a vowel. And the other type of letters, known as consonants, represent sounds that are made when part or all of the vocal tract is closed. Because they require a specific position of the lips, cheeks, tongue, etc., consonants ensure that the vocal tract is closed, either partially or all of it. Now let's dive into the IPA. Now, the IPA is the main subject of this webisode, and it is very important. The International Phonetic Alphabet is an alphabet of phonetic notation designed to capture all the different ways words in English can be pronounced based on the Latin alphabet. It was designed by the International Phonetic Association in 1999, and it is a standardized system for representing sounds of oral language. In most dictionaries, you would have seen the letter in the Latin alphabet followed by some crude symbols in brackets. Those crude symbols represents the International Phonetic Alphabet for that word, representing each of the sounds that we need to pronounce. So in this webisode, what we're going to do is we're going to take each letter of the phonetic alphabet, and we're going to be telling you examples of where that sound comes into play. Now, firstly, let's move on to the vowels. So vowels themselves can be classified as short vowels, long vowels, and diphthong vowels. So now we're at short vowels. The first IPA symbol for short vowels is E. Now, this symbol, which looks like an E, is represented for the sound E, such as went, intend, send, letter. Now, these kind of words have the sound E. So that is our first sound. The second sound, which has the symbol which is a mixture of A and E combined, is pronounced A, such as cat, hand. So that sound in the middle is represented by the short vowel A. Other examples include nap, flat, and half. The third letter, which represents a sound, is kind of like an V inverted, and this is used for the sound such as fun, love, money, one, London, come, etc. So that sound is using this symbol. Now the fourth symbol in short vowels is used for the sound oo. Now examples of words that have the oo sound are put, look, should, cook, book, and look. So that sound in the middle is using the short vowel oo. The next short vowel represents the sound o. The o sound is used in words such as rob, top, watch, squat, sausage, etc. The final short vowel mentioned in this table is the most important of the lot, and this symbol, which is kind of like an inverted E, has a special name, the schwa, and the sound that this creates is Now this is not the first sound that we'll be looking for. Now the sixth letter gives you the sound of someone who's burping. Uh. Examples are alive, again, mother. As you can see, there's a slight sound in the middle, and that sound is represented by a schwa, which is this symbol. Alive, again, mother. So these are the short vowels. Now let's move on to their longer counterparts, which are known as long vowels. Now there are 5 long vowels in the English alphabet, in the English language, and these are them. The first one, which is an I with a colon, represents the sound E. E. And the words that use the sound E are need, beat, team, etc. The next IPA symbol for long vowels is this one, which is a 3 and a colon. Now this gives you the sound which is the schwa elongated. Now examples where the sound is used are words such as nurse, heard, third, turn. So as you can see, there's a big difference between the grapheme given and the phoneme that we spoke, which is this symbol. So that's the reason why English is known as a semi-phonetic alphabet. Let's move on to the third long vowel, which is an inverted C and a colon. That's the IPA symbol for the sound O. O. Now this is used in words such as talk, law, board, yawn, and yaw. So these are the examples for the O sound. The fourth IPA symbol for long vowels uses this symbol, which is a U and a semicolon, and this is used for the sound oo, oo. Now examples are few, boot, lose, gloomy, fruit, cue, etc. The last long vowel, represented by an A and a semicolon, which is its IPA symbol. Now this represents the sound ah, ah. And the words that use this sound are fast, car, hard, bath, etc. Now we looked at short and long vowels. However, in English, there's a third type of vowel known as diphthong vowels. Now, diphthong vowels represent vowels which are a combination of two short vowels. So we have two sounds emanating from this symbol. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 diphthong vowels, and here they are. Their symbols are given with their examples. The first symbol represents the sound ear, ear, ear. Now, examples of words with the sound ear are near, ear, clear, tear, beer, and fear. The next symbol in the International Phonetic Alphabet for diphthong vowels represents the sound air, air. This is used in words such as hair, there, care, stairs, pair, etc. The third IPA symbol for diphthong vowels represents the sound a, a, a. Now this is used in words such as face, space, rain, case, and eight. Now all of these vowels that we've discussed till now only use your vocal cords. So all of these are voiced vowels. Vowels are always voiced because they don't use the obstructions in the mouth or the nose. So they always require the strain from the vocal cords. The fourth IPA symbol for a diphthong vowel is this one, which is an inverted C and a capital I. And now this is used for the sound oi, oi. Examples for words having the sound oi are joy, employ, toy, coil, oyster, etc. The fifth symbol represents the sound I, I. Remember the letter I, you know how we pronounce it? This is the same pronunciation. That is the same diphthong vowel that we're using. I. Examples are my, sight, pride, kind, and flight. The penultimate IPA symbol for diphthong vowels is representing the sound O, 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 such as no, don't, stones. You see these words? They have this sound O, O, such as no, don't, stones, alone, whole, etc. So these are the words using this sound. The final diphthong vowel is ow, ow. The ow that you say when you get hit by something. Ow. The words that use this sound ow are mouth, house, brown, cow, out, etc. So short, long, and diphthong vowels are the three types of vowels. Now we move on to the consonants. There are various types of consonant sounds, and the first ones include fricatives. So these are known as fricatives. So fricatives, they basically are caused because when you take two parts of the mouth together such that the air flowing from your mouth is turbulent, then the sound that is produced, which is a consonant sound, is known as a fricative. The first fricative given is this is produced by putting your top teeth close to the bottom lip. And this sound is unvoiced, which means that you don't have to strain your vocal cords, just pass air. Examples for words with the sound are full, Friday, fish, knife, etc. Now, the second IPA symbol is similarly produced. That means you keep your top teeth to the bottom lip and pronounce it, but this one requires voice from the vocal cords. So the second IPA symbol for a fricative, which is a V, is representing the sound V. Notice the difference. The first one is second one is V, V, V. There is the strain in the vocal cords as well. V. Examples for words with the V sound are vest, village, view, cave, etc. Now, the third IPA symbol represents the theta alphabet in Greek, and this is the symbol, and it represents the sound. Now, this sound is produced by placing your tongue in between your teeth and passing air through it. In words such as thought, think, and bath, we use the sound th. Now, there is a fourth fricative. Now, the fourth fricative uses the same idea in order to create the sound, but we also have to strain our vocal cords. So it's the. In the third symbol, it is. For the fourth one, it is the sound from the throat. The. This is used in words such as there, those, brothers, others, etc. Now, the next fricative is caused by putting the two teeth together. Z, z. This is the z sound. Now, it's used in many words such as zoo, crazy, lazy, zigzag, nose, etc. Now, we have the sixth fricative, and this fricative is used for the sound sh, sh, sh. So here it is unvoiced, which means we don't have to use the vocal cords. So the sound is sh, sh, the sound that we use for children to tell children to keep quiet. So the words that use the sound sh are shirt, rush, shop, cash, etc. The penultimate fricative is similar to the above fricative. However, it is a voiced sound. So it's a zzz, zzz, zzz. So this consonant is found in words such as television, delusion, casual, etc. And the final fricative is the sound. Now, this sound does not require any vocal strain. However, the sound does come from the throat. It's when you open your mouth without any obstructions and then you pass air through it. So this is the sound that you get. Now, words that use the sound include hi, help, hello, etc. So that concludes fricatives. Next, we move on to the plosives. Now, plosives are sounds that are produced when we block the mouth entirely for some time, and then the letter seems to explode from the mouth. The sound explodes in a short interval. The first IPA symbol is the P sound. Now, this P sound is a non-voiced sound, which means you don't need to strain your vocal cords for it. Now, this is done by pursing the two lips together and then releasing them in one short swoop. Now, examples of words with the P sound include pin, cap, purpose, pause, etc. The next IPA symbol is also produced by the same method. However, this sound is voiced, so it is sounded like this. B, b, b. The first one is P, and the second one is B. Examples for words with the B sound include most words with the letter B, such as bag, bubble, build, robe, etc. The next plosive is the sound T, represented by a lowercase t. Now, this sound is produced by placing the tip of the tongue at the ridge between the top of your teeth. So the roof of the mouth, which is close to the top of your teeth, that's where you place the tip of your tongue. So you get the T sound. Again, this sound is unvoiced, so you don't have to strain your vocal cords for it. Examples for words including the T sound include the words time, train, tau, late, etc. The fourth IPA symbol representing a plosive is similar to the T sound. However, this sound also requires the straining of the vocal cords. It is voiced. So therefore, the sound that is represented by a lowercase d is D sound, the D sound, D, D. Now, this is mostly represented by the letter D in the Latin alphabet. Words such as door, day, drive, down, feed, etc. use the sound D. The next plosive is an unvoiced sound, and the sound is pronounced like this. K, 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 k. Notice that this is represented by a lowercase k, and it is formed when you place your tongue, the middle of your tongue, to the roof of your mouth. Examples for words with the k sound usually have the letter C or K, or a combination of both, such as the words cash, quick, cricket, sock, etc. The word Q, the letter Q is also used for the same sound. Cash, quick, cricket, sock, etc. The last plosive is also produced by placing the middle of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. However, this one is voiced. So therefore, the sound that the lowercase g IPA symbol represents is g, g. The fifth one was k, while the sixth one is g, g. Words which use the sound g include girl, green, grass, flag, etc. So that concludes plosives. Now let's move on to the next kind of consonant sounds. These are the affricates. Now, affricates are consonant sounds which are produced when you hold the air from your mouth by placing the tongue to the roof of the mouth, which is present near the tip, near the top of the teeth, and you place it there for some time and then you release it. So it gives you sound. So there are two affricates in the English language. The first is pronounced ch, ch, ch. Now, this one is unvoiced, so therefore I'm not straining my vocal cords for this one. So the first one is ch, ch. Again, I kept my tongue to the top of the teeth, and then after some time, I released it. So it gives you that sound. Ch, ch, ch. Now, examples of words with the ch sound include the words choose, cheese, church, watch, etc. Now, the second affricate is voiced, and it's also using the same technique in order to pronounce the sound. The sound that is formed is j, j. The first one is ch, and the second one is j, j. Now, the first sound is usually formed when you put together C and H together. Ch, choose, cheese, etc. While the second affricate is mostly represented by the letters J or G. So words such as joy, juggle, juice, stage, etc. So this is ch, while this one is j. The first one is unvoiced, the second one is voiced. So that concludes affricates. Affricates are really easy to memorize, but they're very important as well. Now we come to the next type of consonant sounds. These are the nasals. Now nasals represent what you think. It goes through the nose. So the sound that you produce when you shut your mouth and then pass air through the nose by voicing them gives you the nasal consonants. The first type of nasal consonant is an M in the IPA symbol, and it represents the sound mm, mm. Now the sound is produced by closing the mouth completely and then passing the voiced air through your nose. Examples for words with the sound include the words which have the letter M in them, such as room, mother, mad, more, etc. Now, the next nasal is represented by the letter N in the Latin alphabet, and the IPA also uses this lowercase n as its symbol. Now, this gives you the sound mm, mm. Now, what it does is when you keep the tip of your tongue at the intersection between the teeth and the roof of the mouth, that is the top of the teeth, and then you pass air through the nose, you get the sound mm, mm. Examples of words with the sound include the words now, nobody, new, turn, etc. The next IPA symbol is the sound which we usually get when you keep together N and G together. So when N and G are combined in the Latin alphabet, we usually get this sound represented by this symbol. Now this sound is pronounced as mm, mm. Now this is achieved by placing the middle of your tongue on the roof of your mouth and touching them together, and then passing air through the nose. So you get the sound. Mm, mm. Words that use the sound include king, thing, song, swimming, etc. So that completes the nasals. Let's move on to the last type of consonant sounds. These are the approximants. Now, approximants are a kind of midway between vowels and other consonants such as fricatives, plosives, etc. Now, in fricatives, you only leave a small portion of the mouth open at any one place in order to give you turbulent flow of air. And in vowels, the mouth is completely open and the sound from the vocal cords come out. In approximants, it is present at the mouth is partially closed. However, there is passage of linear air and not turbulent air. So there are 4 approximants, and the first approximant, which is represented by the lowercase r, and which is represented by the letter R in most of the Latin alphabet is the sound er, er, er. Now, again, this one is achieved by placing the tongue at the roof of your mouth, the tip at the roof. So you get the sound er, er, er. Words with the sound include the words road, roses, river, ring, ride, etc. The next consonant sound is represented by the lowercase j in the IPA symbol, and this sound is the sound y, y, y. Now this is when the tongue is then the mouth is partially closed and the tongue is in the middle, so it passes through the top. So the sound is y, y, y. Words such as yellow, usual, tune, yesterday, yard, etc. use the approximant y. The next approximant in the IPA is represented by the lowercase w, and it represents the sound w, w, w. Now the w sound is achieved by placing your lips in a closed loop, such as like that. So when you place your lips in a closed loop like that, and then push air through the small area, you get the sound w, w, w. Words such as wall, walk, wine, world, and even the word word use the sound w. The last consonant in the approximant section and in the whole of consonants is the l sound. L. Now this is once again achieved by placing your tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth between the top teeth. However, this sound is achieved by passing the air through the sides of your tongue. Ooh, 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 ooh. It also helps if you can recede the tip from the tip. So it's something like that. So if this is your teeth, the top teeth, and if you place your tongue somewhere around here, then you'll get that sound. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now it's represented by two symbols, a lowercase l and also a lowercase l with a strike through. So both of these IPA symbols mean the same thing. Ooh. Words that use the sound include the words law, lots, leap, long, pill, cold, chill, melt, etc. Now, that concludes the approximate section of the consonants in the International Phonetic Alphabet. Approximants was the last section, so we have covered the 45 sounds which are present in the International Phonetic Alphabet. And along the way, we also gave you the history of the English language and the reason why the 26 alphabets are there. Now, remember, English is a semi-phonetic language. That means the phonemes and the graphemes, the letters and the sounds, do not match. So therefore, that's why we have the International Phonetic Alphabet. So if you know the sounds of the phonetic alphabet, then for any words in the dictionary, they will give you the IPA symbols, which you can use to read that word correctly. So that concludes this episode of English lessons. So if you like what you saw about the International Phonetic Alphabet and the English language in general, then you can subscribe to our channel for receiving more of this interesting webisode and other webisodes of our channel. We have a lot of educational content, which includes how to develop a superpower memory, mind maps of various chapters, mathematics tricks, etc. So you can also hit the notifications button for receiving more of our useful and interesting content relating to English lessons or of other playlists. So until the next webisode, take care, stay safe, practice, and bye-bye for now.